It's Tone Capone. You already know what time it is. Let's go. Welcome to Waves of the Bay. Yeah, I said it's Waves of the Bay. If you ain't about the action, better find another lane. If you ain't providing platforms, better find another stage. I'm living in my purpose, every day is game day. And now it's time to level up. Give the people what they want. Show the artist off and strut. Let the music do the talking while the talent gets the fun. They said it's all written, but I had to change the fun. Come on, because I do what I want. Champions win, so I'm not about to taunt. After all the smoke clears, I'll be standing right here at the top with my peers, living life without fears. I'm full speed ahead, never looking in the mirror, never looking in the rear, cause I'm known to switch gears. Hey, Mom, thanks for raising me to be so brave. Tampa Bay, yeah, it's time for y'all to catch this wave. Ride the wave. Let's go. Let's go. Set it off. Preme, I'm excited to have you as a Tampa BayWatch Artist of the Week. I won't even lie to you. The fact to have you here in the studio was also like next level, man. Waves of the Bay family, Tampa Bay family. Y'all, you really don't understand, man. I'm a fan of these full circle moments. Like, this is like 150 Saturdays right here.
Word.
Like, I'm not even lying to you, Doug. And once again, let me show love to Surgeon General over there, because when the studio shut down right here at 88.5, and we had to put on our shows, we had to go to Ohio to pre-record these shows and then put them out on Saturdays, man. People don't understand that.
The struggle.
Bro. Like, for real, we had dedication, and thankfully, Surge was able to let us hop in and do what we needed to do, man.
Surge good dude.
Yo, 150 Saturdays right here. You was on episode 6.
That's crazy. I feel like we do this a lot.
It's crazy, right? And I just had you on the podcast not too long ago, so it doesn't seem like we haven't talked in that long, but... Yeah. I haven't seen you in person in a minute, man. Either.
The one show that we did, we was there as
What was that? Was that J-Rod joint? Which one was that?
For Gen TV.
Oh man, that was what, like July?
Was it?
I don't even know. I know you probably like me too. It's just like it's all blending in together right now.
Yeah, it's all one moment for me.
Yo, Waves of the Bay family, we got Billboard Preme right here, man. Pusha Preme to be exact. This cat, last time we had him in the studio, he wasn't Billboard Preme. So let's go ahead and start right there.
Okay. All
right, because the music hasn't changed. The message hasn't changed. The delivery hasn't changed. So what has changed? How have you got to Billboard Preme?
It kind of evolved, it grew. You know, I think now the number one thing is just like the staple of comfortability of the way art can kind of exist with our culture. You know what I'm saying? So it's like before it was just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he doing that? You know what I'm saying? And then that was counterintuitive for them listening to the music. But then what happened now, what I feel like is like a lot of more like-minded people were talking about the music, and then they were seeing the achievements and that the world was accepting the music, and they're just like, I'm going to give it a chance.
Right.
Then as they're giving the chance, I do so many interviews, I meet so many people when I can. I think the genuineness of it, people just like, oh, he's a real human being. And I think that's what's kind of like...
I was like, oh, snap.
Yeah, no, that's not me.
You censoring yourself. That's what's up. Like,
I just think that the more that I kind of just really just stay consistent, you know what I'm saying? Like you guys said, like staying consistent, and then it's going to work. You feel me? It's like if you do 10 push-ups every day, you're going to be able to do 20. That's just the way math works. So I just feel like my purpose was to just, you know, merge art and hip-hop here in Tampa together. That was my main thing, and it just kind of like bring back that live sound. So I think the more that we was doing things with the band, that people started kind of like buying into like what we do. And then you're like, okay, we have the band, then you must have good music, because most bands have good music, right? And then that's when the people start going to the catalog, and I feel like the presentation always got better from the first time when we did the 3D book, right? And we had the keychain. Then we had the 3D book, the keychain, and then we had the merch. Then we did the event on Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that we just make sure that we just put as much creativity into our art as possible, and I think that's how it happened. You know, people just started buying the record, but I've always been somebody that understands the music business.
Right.
So
we've talked about this plenty in the past.
Yeah.
Too, man. A lot of artists out there are not about their business.
Yeah, no, you
and
have,
it's frustrating.
You have to be because like
frustrating.
When I met Preme, so to speak, because I wasn't always Preme. So when I met Preme, like almost like since 2013, you know, I had to kind of understand that. But I always understood that like, you know, what's going to keep people going is the investment and the trade. It's just like, you know, music is so important to people, so you have to treat it that way. But also as an artist, you have to take care of yourself as well too. So once I started looking at things like that, it just kind of just shifted. So what I would do originally is I always combo shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a clothing designer as well too. So I would match the merch with the tickets, right? But then I'll be like, hey, you know, do you want to make, because they do this at Starbucks, do you want to make a donation for hair? They do it at McDonald's. Do you want to make a donation for hair? I'm like, do you want to make a donation for the album? And then those sales, as long as it was over $3.89, they counted. So, you know, I've done so many sold out shows here, you know what I'm saying, in Tampa. So I think that's what it was. Like, you know, we did 80 at Iberian Rooster, then we did 250 at Limelight when it used to be called Limelight. Then we did 280 at Hooch and Hive. So those numbers accumulate, and they accumulate to your sales. So what happens now, as those sales was going on, I linked up with Tiffany Gaines, and Tiffany Gaines was like, hey, we have a compilation that we're putting together. You're killing right now. Because they can see all your numbers, you know what I'm saying? They have like so many different
That's
like ways.
And people don't understand, man. You can say what you want to say until they start pulling them receipts out. Then it's something else from there.
I was just telling my mans about it. I was just like, because they're like, well, why do you have the laptop here? I'm like, I need to, anything that I send him, I have to make sure I upload it to MediaBase. Because the one mistake that I made was when they was playing Adam and Eve on Wild, I didn't have it MediaBase. So I'm looking at my ass cam, I'm just like I see the plays, like, where's the money? You know what I'm saying? And then the MediaBase was like, you have to have that done first, sir. I was like, copy. So since then, I'll never make the mistake. I don't care if it's a freestyle, I'm uploading that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Already,
because those things are what keeps the music going. Like, I don't take it and buy shoes. You know what I'm saying? I take that and I reinvest in the marketing. I take that because I want as many people to just get the experience. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Tampa has like different sides that they shouldn't have. Tampa's so small. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming from New York to where it's like people who make music in Brooklyn don't make music like the people in the Bronx.
Right.
But the distance is so far.
But y'all like full out cities, man. Y'all call yourselves boroughs. Ain't the biggest Brooklyn.
and no, it is. But the thing is, we separate it because we're like, oh, Cross Fletcher. Soho.
You know what? Let me stop you right there. Do you feel like people that are from Tampa separate themselves from Tampa, or do you feel like people that are coming in town are the ones that separate themselves?
Honestly, man, to keep it a stack with you, I feel like people from Tampa separated, unfortunately.
It's egos, man. We all knew each other back growing up and stuff like that.
Me and Ellie was talking about this when we did In the Kitchen with H-Dot. It's getting better. See, I already seen the better portion of it. Like, the time where all that was going on, I wasn't here for it. So I'm here for is like the new age and everyone's working together. That's why I'm always like Tampa will win, because I've seen it. Like, there was a point in time when nobody knew who I was. I would come to shows and it would just be like, I used to do rap school, son.
You could probably pop up right now without the mask on, and I would imagine 98% of the people won't know who you are without that mask on.
Yeah, I need that piece, man. I need that piece. Like, before I got here, because today's like my only day off, because tomorrow we got the interview with Cuff Media and then we have Loud on 7. So today's my only day off. You know what I'm saying? Like, my kids with their grandmother, my wife just went out the country. My only day off, and I still had the shit to do.
Oh, you've been going the whole time.
Like 4-5 times.
Yeah, I'm editing on the all the way. Keep talking.
Well, I can't hear myself. Can we
cut the volume up on yourself then?
Bro, I said I dropped one myself, so I understand. And see, what y'all was talking about too is that unforeseen hatred
already, man. Like, people always calling it like crabs in the bucket mentality.
I don't know why they have that, bro.
But it's like that everywhere, though, man. And that's the thing. Like, people make it seem like it's just Tampa. Like, if we go to Atlanta, it's going to be better. But these cats in Atlanta is just preying on you because you're not from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to tell.
That's another thing. That where you're from, it don't matter.
I'm from the great state of Kansas. Y'all want to know that unless I told y'all that, man. Like, straight up.
You know what I'm saying? You do it different. We might have a different style, may talk a little different, whatever, but it's going down the same way all over, bro.
If you about your business, you're about your business.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
That's
especially when us melanated people are doing it the same way they doing it in New York, doing it the same way in LA, same way they doing it down south. We just may talk different.
He's absolutely right. I feel like that's what separates black men is that it's language. I mean, that's what separates people's language. All the same people.
That where you from thing is dead. Yo, it's who's righteous and who's not. You know what I mean? Who's on this side and who's not. I don't care where you from. That don't matter, bro. And it's the quality of your product. You could be from whatever. It's the quality of your product.
Especially in this day and age, man. Like, you can think about, like, when I was a kid. I'm 40 years old. I'll say that right now. I don't care. Whatever. But when I was growing up, man, the people that was really in the game put their footwork into the game. Boom. You know, it's not like we're just gonna make a song and just fall back. No, we're gonna be performing. We're gonna be hustling this out the trunk. We're gonna make sure you hear this wherever you're at. We're gonna be at the club. We're gonna be performing. We're gonna have the single for you. We're gonna holler at the radio. Like, they're actually putting in the footwork. And the problem with these artists nowadays is so easy. It's so accessible that they don't put the footwork in.
I think this because, like, I think the digital era might have made them a little lazy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
A little?
You used to have to get out there and physically hustle.
I remember seeing people out in Ybor hustling the CDs, man.
Get out there to network. Show up to your little conferences and your little showcases and all that other stuff. Now, you think you could just show up online.
Yeah, but COVID played a big part in that, too.
Yeah, you got to factor in.
It was like that before,
but I'm saying,
but now it has definitely gone up a level because of the Rona. So
yeah, I mean,
I won't even lie to you on that.
Yeah, certain people still do it the quote unquote old school way. Like, anytime that they have like shows at Sky and things like that, or Whiskey North, I see them in Ybor all the time. Like, they put the posters up, so they do it. You know,
that's
it's just
good to even see. Street team stuff. They don't even do that really no more. They throwing it up online to see physical, actual out there.
But see, but you know, I was talking. Me and Dochi was talking about this. The problem is that, like, those key people, first and foremost, I feel like they gatekeep the price, so it's hard for you to do that because it's just paper at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're buying wood for a house. So they put the price so high in the paper, it's almost tough to do it. And then they don't give you good work, you know what I'm saying? To get like cardboard and stuff like that. So it's like, for some people,
it's not about the quality. They got their money.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, sometimes you want your flyer to be seen so you know that the investment is making sense, right? And then, not for nothing, the city of Tampa definitely takes it down dumb quick. Dumb quick. Unless you're putting like high enough to where they got to get a ladder, you know what I'm saying? But they're taking it down. Because I put stuff in Ybor when we did the show at Crowbar, and like, I want to say like maybe in 4 hours time on a Saturday, they take it down.
What he's saying is another one to factor in. Can you even do that anymore for the artists? Get out there and physically put out stuff to promote. You know
if you
what I mean?
can't, then why not?
I think you do it anyway, because that's what we did in New York.
Right.
You wasn't supposed to do that.
That's one of the things you just ask for forgiveness instead of permission, right?
Street team was, you know what I mean?
It's essential.
It was essential to the game. It used to be.
It still is, though. I feel like when I went to Houston, it was still a street team and heavy, like putting like on the cars and everything.
Word. Let me go ahead and follow up on that, man. So you've been all around, and you've been
there.
You have your 10 toes down when it comes to Tampa Bay music, right?
Of course.
So what's the difference between the Tampa Bay music scene and everywhere else you've been to, man?
I think the Tampa Bay music scene is super unique. The stories that a lot of these artists is telling, the inflections and flows, the type of production that they're jumping on, I think it's super different. You know what I mean? It has its own character, its own nature, and it's so much of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could, like, I mean, even you've been playing artists from Tampa for how long now? You know what I'm saying? And you don't run out. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh man, we good over here.
It's a melting pot, so you can get somebody that's you know, from New York, living in Tampa, and you can play their music. And you can also take someone who left Tampa, went to Kansas, went to New York, and then came back to Tampa.
Why you say Kansas like that, bro?
I'm just keeping it relative. That's all.
All right, man. Hold up now.
Oh, you mean at the city next to it?
Like, hold up, man. Why you say it like that?
You gotta get another.
You gotta say it like you love the state of Kansas. You said like Kansas.
I don't know, man.
Like it's just Castaway or something, man.
Nah.
That's the great state of Kansas, sir.
Oh, whoa, that's a lot, bro.
Come on now.
I mean, they also call the great state of New York, the great state of Florida. I don't know, man.
Great state of Florida? But hey,
what? You're not paying no state tax.
That's a whole nother discussion right there.
Oh, my God.
I like Florida.
I love Florida.
I love Florida, too.
Word. It's nice here.
It's better than Kansas.
You said it, not me. We got that on tape, right? I know I messed up earlier, but we got that, right?
They know that.
Oh.
They definitely know that, man. Hey, this Waves of the Bay. We chopping up Billboard Preme, Pusha Preme over here, man.
Word.
Last time he was in the studio was episode 6.
Yeah, that's when I was doing the fashion shows.
We had 150 Saturdays right now, man. It's crazy. 2 years later, we got Billboard Preme right here. So I want to talk about when you came through here last time, it was the Wandering Assassins.
Yep.
Now you're Billboard Preme. So what is the difference, man? Where's the level up came from? How did you get to this level?
It's the same. I think the level just came from just staying consistent and then just making sure that, you know, the information for like charting and stuff like that, it's there. It's on the internet. Like you can look it up and it tells you exactly what to do. So when I would be having these meetings, so to speak, with A&Rs, that's one thing they always talked about. It's like, are you charting and what's your radio numbers? That's one thing they want to do before they can provide you to a label. So I'm like, okay, if I have that on my resume, then you really can't not give me the job unless you just don't like me. You know what I'm saying? So once I understood that, I just kind of just focused more so on that. Just like, okay. And it helped out because like for every sale, right, it just goes back into the music. So now I can sell more merch because like you like the shirt, but have you heard the music? You know what I'm saying? So it kind of just all tied in together. I think I just kind of just researched more instead of just being like really freelance with it. You know what I'm saying? Or waiting for someone to discover me. I just kind of just want to make people, like here I am type tip, you know?
So with these A&Rs, man, are they really checking for Tampa or what's the deal with that?
The thing is, they're checking for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Since Doechii Pop, they're looking. But the thing that is not like, it's not like an NBA scout. You know what I'm saying? Because there's artists everywhere. They want to know, like, hey, they're looking for the best brand. Like, if you sell baby wipes, like, are you the best baby wipes? So people know you. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different avenues and channels with it. Are you viral? Can I get a quick bag from you? And then we out. Because at the end of the day, we all, like, everybody knows, but they don't care. It's just a loan. You know what I'm saying? It's a loan with a franchise tag. But, like, anybody in here, honestly, could go to Roc Nation. If you have a bag on you, be like, hey, I want Roc Nation to manage me. You'll get the tag, but you have to use your money. But even if you get a deal and they invoice you, you don't get that money right then and there. I've heard stories, I'm not putting no names out, I heard stories where people haven't gotten paid in the last 6 months. You know what I'm saying? How you pay your bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing is not like how, like, if Lady Gaga signed to the same label as you, like, oh, I'm gonna link up with God. No, you're just music friends. If that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, once you start focusing on that, and like you're making like a lot of lucrative moves on the actual label, then all that stuff's shifting over to you. So the older artists will be like, yo, who's this? The perfect person who does that is Drake. Drake's always looking for it because he keeps the momentum going. He found so many people during, like, I think it was like the summer of I had moved here, 2013. He was doing songs with McConan, the Sweeter Man joints, and these dudes did not even have like a following. You know what I'm saying? Like I did my homework on them, but the thing is, like, they didn't have the budget to move their music. So then Drake's like, I got the budget, and it's a great song, and I don't have to give you writing credits. Let's go.
The top dude right now, Lil Baby. Got that Drake cosign.
Be doing this thing, man.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That Drake cosign, like what bro talking about, that Drake cosign.
Oh, that thing carries weight.
It can really
it's not
your situation.
That thing carries weight.
It's powerful. It's powerful. I'll tell you that.
I believe that all the way, man. We got Billboard Preme, Pusha Preme right here in the studio. Waves of the Bay, man. We got about what? It's already 11:20. I got nothing but music here to play, and I'm so excited to do it. But I also want to talk with you, man. Like, it feels good to talk with you.
Of course,
Dax, I want to know what questions you got, bro. I know you got something in the chamber, bro.
We kind of you've been doing a good job, bro.
Well, thank you. From you,
following right along with you.
That's what it is.
I got a good flow. I ain't got.
All right, then let's go ahead and move into this. Then I know you just dropped a new album. I actually got the advanced copy of it. I got to listen to it early. That thing is jamming. I got a couple songs here to premiere. Tell me about your mindset when you was making that project.
So that's a good question. So originally it wasn't going to be that, right? Originally the name of the title was Overthinking Will Kill You, because at the time a lot of my peers, they were just overthinking stuff. And that was like something that I had to get over with for myself. And then, you know, after the success of Adam and Eve, I'm just like, nah, I can't go that right now. Like, I can't do that kind of music right now. I can't just be on some, like, here's my personal stuff like that. Like, I got to make, like, hits, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what all that matters. And then in the midst of doing that, I just retouched with more Afrobeat. And then I really dove into it. Then I was just like, all right, for me to understand this, I really got to know this. Because I'm African, so... You know, I would hit my cousins up that live out there, be like, yo, what y'all listening to? They send me music, they'd be like, oh, okay. Oh, they're talking about, so it's always about life and stories. So all I did was just like embody that more. And then embodying that and then, you know, doing all the shows, I found my key. So I'm like, okay, my keys of beats that I like is F, E, and like something else, right? So I'll just focus on those beats, and then I was making songs a lot faster. So as I was making those, you know, I forgot who I was talking to at the time. I think I was talking to my man Vaughn. And then he's just like, yo, son, you don't stop. You keep going. And I'm just like, he's like, yo, like if my grandmother passed, I don't know how it would have, like, and I was like, nah, bro, that was like a deep moment for me. And then that's when I just dedicated the album to, you know, to Hate Saying Goodbye. So I was like, you know what, I have the records here, and you know, I told my wife, like, what's my goal and stuff like that. She's like, yo, you should probably do like a therapy session. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds. So that's why in the album, she's like asking me like questions. And then like when we drop the alternate version that has the lyrics, stuff like that, it's going to be like us in like the therapy room. And that's why the cover of the art has like the splash, you know what I'm saying? To be reminiscent of therapy. So it's the therapy that I had to go through because I didn't get the therapy or the time or the break or any of that when my grandmother passed. You know what I'm saying? After that, we had Gasparilla Music Festival. Then we had the listening party. Then
I remember we had talked about this on the podcast, and it's like you had no breaks.
No breaks, man. So I never got a chance to mourn. And, you know, one thing about like black men in America is that, like, you know, we deal with a lot of trauma and damage, and we don't get a chance to stop because we're like always on demand.
We was always taught we wasn't supposed to address that, man. Like we wasn't supposed to feed into that. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta be strong no matter what. People's always coming for us, so this ain't nothing new.
Yeah, and I feel like it was God's plan because you know, like I'm even surprised to even be here. You know what I'm saying? With everything that I've gone through. And, you know, I was like, I'm gonna just dedicate this to her. You know, I'm gonna dedicate this to her. And I just switched up. Like, I found like a new way to kind of like have music supported in a way that it can like be bigger than myself. So I was like, I'm gonna put it on Bandcamp. I put it out a month ahead. And I was just doing the pre-sales. Like, hey, pre-sale this. Our goal is for us to chart. Because now I understand what it takes to chart. Like, I understand how many sales that it takes. So here's the goal. This is a journey album. So this album is going to go towards that. So I'm going to get the plaque, and then I'm going to fly to Africa and then put the plaque in her memorial. Because I couldn't go to her funeral because I was doing shows. I was working. And I had the newborn. So I was like really like messed up. You know what I'm saying? And she always has been instrumental to the music. She was the type of person to where it's like, and I feel like we all have somebody like this, to where it's like, all right, your mom comes home at this time, so if you're going to record, go record now. You know, that's who she was. You know what I'm saying? She always like low-key supported the music, but she was like, yo, make sure that you get your degree and become a doctor. But you're only saying that because like you just want to make sure that I have a bag secure before you pass. That's why parents always say that. You know what I'm saying? They want to make sure that you got bread, but that's not enough.
It's one of them things, man.
Yeah, it's not enough because you can have the bread and still be like mentally like messed up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the world that we live in. But I'm glad that there's so many different avenues and like you know, I call them stores basically that we can kind of just jump into to expand our business. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what's always been about in America. When you travel, it's not about business. It's about just enjoying life. But in this game right now, it's monopoly. You know what I'm saying?
All the way.
I wanted to say something.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold up. Let me cut the mic on for you.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
I didn't want to go past this real quick. So you talked about using, I want to say, the album Journey.
Yeah. So,
About like allowing that to be your therapy. So I didn't want to pass that. So because a lot of times African American men are told like not to express themselves, not to go through things. And I think it's dope that you use your craft to be able to get through a season of your life that was traumatic for you, so that when you come, you know, when you get out that season, you'll actually be able to be whole, and you'll actually be able to have that freedom to actually be free enough to be honest with the people that's listening. Because a lot of people try to cope with loss and things like that by not talking it out or anything like that. And I think it's just dope that you use that opportunity to make sure that you were whole so that you can continue your journey. So I wanted to say that because, we pass by like African American men talking to somebody about their problems. So you just use your craft, your creativity to make sure you make some money, but also make sure you're straight. So I like that.
The money portion of it, this is the only thing that I'm not going to like gain any monetary value from, because she still has the house in Africa. So so which is a good thing. Like that's why I say it's God's plan, because I said this like how many months ago, right? So to chart 3-4 months ago, right? So that's why I feel like something else is happening. That's why I'm trying to connect with as much people as possible. So when it does happen, I could just be like, yo, just in case, because if I become like a traveling artist, I'm not going to be able to have like these type of conversations. So I want to do everything I'm supposed to do now before things take off.
My editing skills is impeccable. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Hey, bro, I gotta ask you. I got to
come on with it.
You got the kill button? You got the button?
It's over here, but come on with it.
Have you had to hit it?
I ain't. Not yet. Let's go.
Nah, I'm just asking.
Keep talking. Let's go.
I'm just FM question, my brother.
I handled that after the fact. We were all right with it. But nah, man. Honestly, like, yo, Preme, like, we could sit here all for the rest of the show. Like, honestly, you know, if you saying what you gotta say, shout out to my grandma Creola, man, because you always make me remember my grandma, because she passed away, and your story is similar to what I've been going through way back when, a few years ago, about 5 years now. So, shout out to you,
common,
much respect to you. I know everybody's been going through it. People be losing people with the Rona, man. It's been crazy out here, man. So just show love to your folks while you have them, man, all the time. What you got for me?
I'm gonna show you something.
Yeah.
So right there. So that's the email that I got this week, right? Because Thursday is the last day for when they tally up all the sales, right? So after the show, we went from I think like 125 to 300, and then hit me up. So God willing, we run it back.
See what's up. I love it, man. It's all about business, man. Like when it comes to this music industry, a lot of folks think they're in the industry, but they're not really pursuing a music career. They're doing a hobby, they're recording, whatever the case, but they're not really pursuing a music. They don't have their music, copywritten. They don't have their artist name trademarks. They don't have none of this stuff, man. So that's why I love, every time me and you interact, I always bring this up, because you're always about your business. And any artist out there that's hearing my voice, make sure you're about your business, man. The reason why we do not recall y'all local artists, because we have artists doing tours overseas, man. We have Theo Lodge is doing multiple tours internationally. Multiple. Dynasty has a mural in Germany.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these
Dynasty
artists got support from elsewhere. So it's one of them things, like, you got to get outside of Tampa, and then people start supporting you, and then Tampa will recognize it. We've all seen it. Yeah. But this cat right here deserves every good thing that comes his way, man. Preme, I want you to go ahead and drop your social media info, and I'm about to get into this music for 25 to 30 minutes or so.
You guys can follow me at Pusha Preme, Pusha Preme. Pusha Preme. Been a long day, y'all, and it's going to be even longer tomorrow. But you could just Google it. I just rather you just Google it, so you can kind of just see everything all at once. Because sometimes, like with Instagram, there's like a lot of distractions. You know what I'm saying? You may see something, and then it's like you just move the page. Definitely check it out if you want to see about my current events. But if you Google me, everything should be like right there. And we're working on our Wikipedia page too. So, God bless, everything's going to like come together where it should be. But I think the one thing that to add to what you were saying, more of these establishments that are doing like shows, showcases, concerts, stuff like that. I think that every show needs like a small segment to just bring up the point, because they don't know. You know what I'm saying? So if you're ignorance is bliss, you know what I'm saying? So you hope the ones that are listening are like taking the fact. Like I have my laptop here, you know what I'm saying? As busy as I am, I'm still uploading everything to media base. Because it's highly important, because they don't want to tell you. So when they throw these deals at you, they're just like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, and you're like, okay, cool. And you be like, dang, man, like, why my check look like that?
That's
like,
we had to
get this for you. We had to get that for you. You didn't have this done. You didn't have, and this thing is cheap. Like, when I did my name for the state of Florida, it was
more
really
like
cheap.
$300?
Not even. Yeah. It was like, I want to say it was like $100.
Yeah.
It's cheap, man. It's really cheap. And then, like, if you don't know, then, like, I suggest Randy. He's a really good entertainment lawyer here in Tampa. Hit him up, you know what I'm saying? Or go to the symphonic events, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like the more that we branch together, that we'll be able to just get the information out there, and that's what's going to change the spectrum of the scene.
All the way.
So I just had a quick question. So being that I just met you today, I wanted to know, where does my ass come from? Or because I'm looking on your social media and I'm like, okay, you know, is it just a image thing, or is a purpose behind it?
No, it's definitely a purpose. When I moved here and started over, like I had a kid that was like entering high school, so I didn't want my dream to interfere with like her social life. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to be able just to separate, and I feel like, you know, like there's a lot of artists that we've listened to in our lifetime that we never met. Like I've never met Marvin Gaye or Michael Jackson, but that doesn't make me like their music any less. Right. So I just wanted to more so focus on the music and then just be able to kind of like coexist in both worlds. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. So you wanted people to hear you for what you was doing versus see you.
But not only that, it's just that like bro
got his ghost face on.
Right.
Yeah, ghost face. I mean, the origin came from an interview I was watching with MF Doom. We had a similar story. I used to be in the group. MF Doom used to be in the group. His brother died. My brother didn't die, but we stopped making music. So that portion of like what we had died technically, right? And then, you know, then he became the middle face Doom, and then I became Pusha Preme. You know,
that's what's up. Definitely interested to see you moving forward.
Yo, R.I.P. to MF Doom.
R.I.P. Doom.
Man, so many legends and icons have been lost. But Murr, I appreciate you coming through here, man. Once again, and especially because I know what you're doing this weekend. Like, you got a lot of stuff going on, and like I said, we're kind of tied into the Loud on 7th theme because I know you're rocking.
Yeah, you got the jersey on now.
Exactly. You know, I'm representing. You know what I'm saying? But no, for real though. You know, from episode 6 to episode 150.
Wow.
I appreciate you rocking with us. I appreciate you supporting us.
Thank you, man.
I'm supporting you as well.
Always,
Billboard Preme right here, man. One more again, drop your social media info on.
Yes. So it's PUSHAPREME on everywhere. I'm not on Twitter like that, but it's tweets by Preme. But like I said, the best thing I would say for you guys, for your enjoyment, just like Google it, or you know, you have iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, if you're not paying for music, whatever. And then just do it that way, you know what I'm saying? And you might hear something that you like.
Yeah, definitely.
Just like that, man. Waves of the Bay. I got about 25 minutes, because NPR News comes on at 01. I'm jamming Preme the rest of the way, man. And I got a bunch of Preme songs to jam to as well. So let's go ahead and get it kicked off with this Outside remix. I love this mug. I know y'all be I know y'all be jamming this at the shows, yo. Like, for real. Featuring Tom G. Let's get into it, man. Pusha Preme, Tampa BayWatch Artist of the Week. This is Waves of the Bay. I'm Tone Capone. Let's go.
Hey, it's Tone Capone. You already know what time it is. Let's go. Welcome to Waves of the Bay. Yeah, I said it's Waves of the Bay. If you ain't about the action, better find another lane. If you ain't providing platforms, better find another stage. I'm living in my purpose, every day is game day. And now it's time to level up. Give the people what they want, show the artist off and strut. Let the music do the talking while the talent gets the fun. They said it's all written, but I had to change the font. Come on, because I do what I want. Champions win, so I'm not about to taunt. After all the smoke clears, I'll be standing right here at the top with my peers, living life without fears. I'm full speed ahead, never looking in the mirror, never looking in the rear, cause I'm known to switch gears. A